Uh, last week after the seminar, I had the feedback about the nebulizing. No, after nebulizing, my sister checked her oxygen level, and it was high, 99. Then a figure smiling. So we nebulize daily with water and enzyme. Okay. So at least somebody is trying to uh, experience something positive from this seminar. Okay. Then, what attitude to take now? Now, given the current uncertainties of getting or not getting infected, what attitude shall we take now? I am proposing defense, prevent it, prevent infection, not run after it. Wait until you are infected and do something. No? And this is exactly the main target of this short presentation: how to defend ourselves uh, against the anything that this infection, this threat of the coronavirus. So we defend. So the overall theme is in defense of oxygen. The ultimate target of every threat to life is loss of oxygen. The moment oxygen cannot get inside the body, or is in, no more oxygen in the body, we die. So knowing this kind of attack, the current threats, especially the coagulation of the blood, so you have no more oxygen. We have to defend oxygen, and we have to know where to get it, and with some advantage also. Okay, so this will be the overall theme of the coming seminars, but the topic will be of there will be different topics that will be defending this or pointing to this theme in defense of oxygen. So the first one is hydration. Hydration with high pH. This is the announced topic. Hydration with high pH, a plus factor to battle infection. We are going to find out what is that high pH. Hydration, we know. Hydration is a discipline. And what is discipline? Discipline is consistency in following rules, whether it is music, sports, or anything. Healthcare has implied rules. Not being consistent on following them, willfully or not, can have problematic consequences. So we have to have a lot of willpower to push ourselves to discipline. Okay, I've browsing the internet, I found this one, which is very interesting to me. Drink water at the correct time maximizes the effectiveness on the human body. So it's not just enough to drink water, but the timing seems. Hello? Yeah, okay. But the timing seems to be quite important also. This one suggesting that what the time you wake up, so maybe that's 6 o'clock or something like that. At the time you wake up, he's suggesting 2 glasses. Our 2 glasses is something like 200 ml each, so for about nearly half a liter. no, 200 plus 200. I was recommending, this one is recommending two glasses of 200 ml, so that will be about 400 ml. And then this one give also 30 minutes before meals. We have talked a lot about this 30 minutes before meals. No? This is preparing the stomach to receive food and acid. When you drink that water, after 30 minutes, that water becomes baking soda in the stomach, and that is getting ready for the coming of the food and the acid to digest it. And he has two other comments, which is quite interesting. Before taking a bath, he said, no, in order to lower blood pressure. I have not checked that, but it will be interesting no, to find out. And then the last one he gives. Yesterday, I also suggested before going to bed, going to rest, you take a glass of water, no, to be sure that you have water during the night. But this one is saying that it can avoid stroke or heart attack. No? So it's another information that is quite useful. What is important is from this slide, start the day with water and end the day with water. Okay. This is my suggestion. Take your time your water intake. Usually it's about centered on the meal times. So upon waking up to 9 a.m. more or less, you might have finished already 1 liter. No, I mean estimate. So at the center of it is the breakfast. So you take your water around your meal time. No, the 30 minutes we used to talk about, and then the 2 hours after meals. During the meal, you'll can drink also water, but usually we do not suggest to count that. That is food. Then the second one is from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We should have finished another liter with lunch in between. And from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. again, another, or what is the remaining liter for your weight. No? So the dinner time is in between. We need really water to digest the food. So it's good to center the meal times in our water intake. How much water? There is the square, the rectangular. What is this? Your body weight in pounds divided by 2 equals fluid ounce. No? So half your body weight in pounds. That will be in ounces. At the side, I put example. 120 pounds divided by 2 is 60 ounces. Very hard to understand ounces for us. So 60 divided by 30 to get the liters. So that's for 120 pounds. That's about 2 liters a day. And you try to spread that 2 liters around your meal time. That's the suggestion. It will help. This is another information that is, I think, quite useful. Water content in different organs. No? So in the brain, it is 83% of the brain is water. Kidneys, the lungs. Yeah, that's why when you are dehydrated, you can get asthma. The lungs need water. So the eyes, the heart, the muscles. Look at the blood at the center between the feet of the figures. 94%. Sometimes it's 91 to 94%. And what we know about that blood, water in the blood, no? The moment that goes below that percentage, you can trigger hypertension because your blood becomes thick. So it's very important that we provide. That's why I said to put at the center the meal time, no? Uh, because the body functions usually is before, during, and after eating. The body is functioning quite a lot. So our attitude is of defense. No? Talking in the context that we are, that we find ourselves now in this, very stressful, really, very stressful situation. No? About even in many cases, we are very afraid of going around, of meeting people, no? Because we do not know, no, if we can be infected or not, or they are carrying, or we are carrying the virus or something like that. So we have to develop an attitude of defense and how to defend ourselves. No? We need knowledge of the most basic resource. And you know what is the most basic resource? Boiled water. This is uh, proven in many, many situations already. What is boiled water teaching us? Survival. I put that boiled water. It's in the jungle, and to survive in the forest or in the wild, uh, you have to boil your water not only to kill the bacteria, but there is something special that's happening in that boiled water, an increase of pH. No? The pH goes over boiled water, counting from the time the temperature is 100 degrees centigrade, count about 10 minutes. The pH goes to something like 7.8 to 8. And the longer you boil it, I think the higher it can go. Wait. And that's enough even to kill cancer cells. That pH 8. In the experiment of A.K. Brewer, pH 8, it was enough to kill cancer cells. And the other information we get from this boiled water is it acquires a negative electrical charge. I am presuming that that how it has acquired that electrical charge is when you boil water, the heat, no, the electrons they start to move rapidly around the orbit and so on, and the electromagnetism builds up. No? And I think that is where that negative electrical charge get introduced to that boiled water. But we know what that pH, 7.8 to 8, it's alkaline. So that boiled water is alkaline. Okay? So what do we do with that alkaline? I repeat here the question. What attitude to take now? Proactive. And use that alkaline in the picture, those plenty of OH negative. That's OH negative. as a shield. In the last seminar we had, no, um, we talk about the red blood cells having a negative electrical charge. So when you introduce that alkaline thing having a negative electrical charge, it will not disturb the red blood cells. Rather, uh, it will even, um, how do you call this, allow it to run separately. No, they will now. So that's the advantage of that OS negative of that alkaline introduced into the blood vessels. So when you drink, more or less after 10 minutes, that alkaline molecules get into the blood vessels and you have a shield for your red blood cells. We learned last time from the electrical law that um, having the same polarities or the same charge, they will repel each other. So it will not hurt, it will not disturb, rather, it will even provide a very good environment for the red blood cells to flow. So that's the proactive attitude I want to deliver. No? Supply oxygen, and that alkaline thing, that alkaline molecules, no, oxygen is embedded in the molecule. So, or nebulize it. When you drink, it takes about 10 minutes for the water to enter the cells. Instead, by nebulizing, it is almost immediate. As you inhale, in few seconds, fractions of the second or few seconds, it is there in the arteries or in the blood vessels. No, so it gets into the lungs and jump into the arteries. Okay, so supply oxygen, and the most ordinary and available thing is to drink, hydrate. Okay, so this picture is telling us that the more uh, proactive, the more we supply oxygen resource or environment in the blood vessels, the more we can fight infection. That's the message of this picture. So possible proactive attitude, put on the shield all the time. No? So this is just more or less reviewing what we have just seen. Scheduled water intake. So then nebulize twice or three times a day with alkaline, OH negative alkaline. Last time we introduced essence. In fact, the feedback, the first slides I showed this no, is they tried essence and water to nebulize, and they got the reward 99 for oxygen, 99% for oxygen level in the body. Okay, and that is what I mean by proactive. You have a shield. Okay, the same question, what attitude to take now? Prevent infection, not run after it, not wait until you are infected and do something. It might be too late. So that's why I suggest really that drinking of water, no, to schedule it so you are how do you call this? Uh, Assured that you are hydrated. This is just a suggestion what I'm going to say now. Even aside from the water, or you can even count it on the water that your body needs, no, at least half a glass you sip every hour, something like that. That's your dextrose. Okay. Um, that's what I mean by proactive. Really, is that this situation we cannot predict what is coming. No? So we have just to be ahead of it, to protect ourselves, and nothing better than hydration. That's why I took hydration as the first topic, because it is where oxygen uh, is uh, supplied. In this picture, there are less OH negative. No? So you have no shield. Then there are a lot of CV, coronavirus. When you are, okay, the line below, without defense equals get overwhelmed by infection. You can get overwhelmed by infection. So by the time you run after it, maybe it's too late. It has coagulated the blood. Instead, the the other way around, supplying the shield will even prevent the red blood cells to coagulate, because it is surrounded by similar charge. So it will force them to run separately from each other. So when to act proactively, yeah, we read so many symptoms that coronavirus or COVID-19, no, we heard so many, and I, no, put here for our consumption this evening. Persistent dry coughing. No? That means you are lacking oxygen in the lungs. When you cough, um, coughing is actually an indication of dehydration, meaning no oxygen. No? So when you are experiencing persistent coughing, especially very dry coughing, I suggest you start sipping water, even warm water or hot water. No? Or abnormal signs in breathing habit. No? You experience a kind of chest pain or back pain, or no, something that was not happening with you before. Uh, don't I put the line? I do not suggest a wait and see attitude. Defend yourself at once. Take water, warm or hot. Basta take water. It's oxygen. No? The moment coughing or breathing has kind of difficulty, um, run for water, run for oxygen better. No? So upset stomach, that LBM usually uh, one of the symptoms for uh, COVID-19. No? Um, you know that that essence with something like 8 drops to a glass of water, you take it in 10 minutes, that it gets into after 10 minutes, you can feel some relief. You try, yeah, I have suggested that to so many people already. Huh? suffering from LBM, something like that. The essence, the enzyme, is one of the fastest remedy. So one, to act proactively, the moment you sense that something is not so normal, run for water first. Run for oxygen first. To supply your body with oxygen first. And the more you give it, the safer you think, the safer you become against that attack. Yeah, I picked this up also. Immune system booster. Uh, so from yeah, alinahealth.org. It's okay. There are six there. Drink plenty of fluids. Water is the best. Number one is water. Exercise regularly. If you cannot take a daily exercise, maybe 3 times a week, something like that. Walking. Uh, right now, in my age, I do Tai Chi. So you don't run around. You practically stand in one place and do all the flexibility exercises. Huh? It's interesting. But you perspire, huh? Even if you do not uh, do so rigorous movement. Stress less, no? Manage stress. Especially these days of this threat of the coronavirus, so much stress, not only from the point of view of work or our profession, but this uncertainty. I was mentioning that, and the fear of being infected, no, is stressful. And stress dehydrates. Stress dehydrates. So you have to compensate even the minimum water intake that your weight demands. I repeat, stress dehydrates. So uh, if in the count of 10, your stress is 8, please drink another half liter of water in addition to your minimum. Get a good night's sleep. Yeah, that's important. No way. Give your body from at least 6, 7, 8, no, 8 hours of sleep. Eat foods with probiotics. Now, on your right column, there are examples of probiotics foods. Yogurt, kefir, kombucha, sauerkraut, at the sour cabbages, like the Germans, what is this uh, style of doing kimchi. the, the Asian has cayenne pepper in it to stimulate appetite. Okay. So pickles, miso. Okay. So those are probiotics, sample of probiotics. Eat a well-balanced diet. Yeah, okay. All right. I have no recommendation about diet. Eat, to me, eat anything you can. You are allowed to eat. But be sure you have water to digest your food and to deliver your digested food, the nutrients, to your systems. Water is necessary. Okay. In case of emergency like that, okay. We have heard last time also in the seminar and the last webinar, we announced this sort of no, why it is effective in countering the infection. uh, usually they put salt on that steam water, and salt is sodium. Sodium is alkaline, is OH negative. That's the reason why that's so. No, even from the picture, I purposely purposely put there so many OH negative, no, to shield, to protect the red blood cells against whatever positively charged, no, radicals that will get inside the blood vessels, including coronavirus. And we have, especially the last month, I mean, yeah, the early part of this April, we have experienced so many people asking for help, and we really recommended that nebulizing with the essence, and we have a very good result. So that's why I had the courage to repeat this uh, concept again, to defend ourselves uh, using what is available in our hands. And we have it, cold water. If we cannot have essence or baking soda or alkaline drops or whatever, boiled water is nature's gift as a shield to the red blood cells. What is the plus factor in high pH hydration? That is the title of our seminar. No? What is the plus factor that I was talking about there? No? The theory. I am pushing this theory because we have seen already effects, and we are seeing even more. No? The alkaline molecules, sorry, that should be have the ability to shield, sorry, also the shield, the RBC based on the acid-base balancing principle. No? So the that OH negative actually is alkaline. Put on the shield all the time. Do not shield yourself when you are already wounded. So alkaline minerals as shields, what are they? Sodium, potassium, calcium. So if you open your chemistry table of elements in chemistry, that's the first and the second column. There are alkaline minerals there. Boiled water, 10 minutes from boiling point. That's no, you get a good pH 7.8 to 8. Essence, food supplement is registered as food supplement. It's alkaline, concentrate. Baking soda is alkaline. Alkaline water, they are available in the market. So alkaline foods. No? Um, we give also a seminar on this alkaline foods. No, the talk of the town. If you remember, those of you who attended that, no? One time it became a talk of the town that alkaline foods has something to do fight with the infection with coronavirus, and it is true now. We have more proof of it. Okay. All right. End of presentation. But before I get out of this, what is this? I have two slides that from from the last seminar that is quite important. No? So RBC, those of you who have attended the seminar last time, you had this already. But I purposely put these two slides more to give reason why that alkaline thing can fight this infection. Okay, so first knowledge. RBC is naturally negatively charged to allow them to flow repelling each other, not to stick to each other. So this is nature. All right. Okay. This is another new acquired knowledge. No, that I found it only last April 1. That coronavirus is positively charged. So, positively charged, the red blood cells is negatively charged, so they will stick to each other. It will infect it. That's why we need a shield in between to catch first the positively charged virus. On your right side, the law of electricity, opposite charges attract. So red blood cells is negative, coronavirus is positive, it will really give trouble. No? Like charges repel. So red blood cells is negative, alkaline is negative, they will not hurt each other. But the negative, OS negative, will trap, will seal the red blood cells because it has a positively, the coronavirus is positively charged. So the OS negative will neutralize it. No? So this is the reason why coronavirus enters the lungs, attracts the red blood cells, and coagulate it. No? So these two slides is very important to put us into a kind of confidence, a kind of trust that we are putting a shield into our body against whatever infection is coming, because infection usually is acid environment. No? So, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let us, if you have some question, maybe if you can, what this is. I don't know if you got the idea of the shield. I am open now for questions, for question and answer, please.
Good afternoon, Father.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, may I ask if there is such a thing as overdosing on the essence?
Okay, good question. No. Okay. In I'll give you the percentage of what happened. On the bottle, it is stated that 3 to 5 drops, right, per glass.
Yes po.
Okay, we are talking about glass of 200 ml,
Okay.
and that 3 or 5 drops is not even one per. It's only something like 0.3%, 0.3% of the whole, what is this, of the whole of the 200 ml. So it does not, uh, what is this? This is very safe, even if you put up to 10, 15 drops. But um, it's not necessary anymore to put that, because those 3 drops to 5 drops will bring you something like 8 to 9, pH 8 or 9, which is more than enough to kill cancer cells even. No? So I mean, there is no need to put more, no, if it is not necessary. But the that amount is okay, very safe. And we have even cases people putting up to 15 drops, no, which is almost 1 ml in 200 glass. So that's a very quite strong, but uh, the pH of that is something like 11 and 12, which is for the human body, if it is having to fight an infection, drops that I'm talking about, putting 12 up to 15 drops per glass, and the tumor disappeared without operation. No? So that is it's very safe. That if you are asking about overdose, I could say no risk of overdose. Okay.
Thank you, Father. May I
Yes,
follow
please.
up on the question? Regarding the case of the brain tumor, may I ask for the frequency of the drinking of the
That one.
essence?
Usually, the how do you call this? The body weight. I refer to the body weight. The formulation now depends on the, I mean, the amount of water that the body needs will depend on the weight of the person. But there is no harm. In the case of dengue before, I was suggesting 8 drops every hour. Take a glass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even cancer pain. I had we had a case um, to alleviate, to mitigate the pain. 8 drops, 1 glass per hour. That's uh, so it's still safe. That 8 drops per glass gives you something like 9 or 10 pH.
Thank you
But
very
it's
much.
water. It's water, no? It's water. It's not all. It's not a concentrate essence. It's water you are taking, and what is in that. I mean, what is assured in that water is the negative electrical charge that will hunt the environment or force the oxygen to the environment. Cancer thrive in no oxygen environment. And the moment you have oxygen, Batman Guild already says that uh, oxygen kills cancer cells.
Thank you very much, Father.
Okay. Yes.
Father,
Yes, please.
Father, sabay.
uh, there are questions in the chat box po from
Can you read them?
yes, from Marie Angela Gan. How is nebulizing at home done? Do we need to buy nebulizing machine?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. The that's a little investment that maybe you will have to, what is this? So is the basic thing. but it's a little risky because you are handling a boiling point, very, well, very, what this is, very risky. But nebulizing, it's room temperature, no? And yes, um, maybe after a while, before we end this one, I can show you the demonstration of how to nebulize. Or okay, we we stop here for a moment. I'll show that. Maybe it's good to show that. I'll present something. One moment, please. So, uh, where is it now? How many tabs? Let me see. Okay, wait. Yes, okay.
This video, I will be showing to you how to nebulize. So ito yung nebulizer, ito yung mask ng pag-nebulize. So anong ginagamit kapag nag-nebulize? So we use this essence. So this is an immune booster. And of course, we also use this distilled water. So kahit naman anong brand, okay lang siya. So ano po ang gagawin natin? So we put at least 5 ml or 1 teaspoon of distilled water on this. Then after putting the 5 ml, so we put the essence, the immune booster, at least 3 drops. 1, 2, and 3. Then kapag nailak na yung mask natin, so we wear it, so isusot natin, and then we just turn on the nebulizer. And then inhale both through the nose and the mouth. So you can do this for 7 to 10 minutes per session. So that's it, no? So that is supposed to be for 7 to 10 minutes. So why do we have to nebulize? So first, remember that it avoids coagulations of the blood. It neutralizes any free radicals because of the pollution, for example, the nicotine, no? Nililinis niya. Anything that is harmful to the body, nebulizing would help. And then it disinfects the blood vessels, and at the same time, it ensures the delivery of oxygen in the lungs. So simula nung nagkaroon ng pandemya, so gumagamit na ako ng nebulizer, and of course using the enzyme or this essence immune booster with the distilled water. So hopefully this video would help you, and it would encourage you to use. I'll be showing to you how to nebulize. So ito yung nebulizer, ito yung mask ng pag-nebulize. So ano ang ginagamit kapag nag-nebulize? So we use this essence. So this is an immune booster. And of course, we also use this distilled water. So kahit naman anong brand, okay lang siya. So ano po ang gagawin natin? So we put at least 5 ml or 1 teaspoon of distilled water on this. Then one. So you can do this for 7 to 10 minutes per session. So that's it, no? So that is supposed to be for 7 to 10 minutes. So why do we have to nebulize? So first remember that it avoids coagulations of the blood. It neutralizes any free radicals because of the pollution, for example, the nicotine, no? Nililinis niya. Anything that is harmful to the body, nebulizing would help. And then it disinfects the blood vessels, and at the same time, it ensures the delivery of oxygen in the lungs. So simula nung nagkaroon ng pandemya, so gumagamit na ako ng nebulizer, and of course using the enzyme or this essence immune booster with the distilled water. So hopefully this video would help you and it would encourage you to use the nebulizer or do the nebulizing. Thank you.
Father,
Yeah.
how often do you use it at home? How do you use it? Twice a day, once a day?
Uh, this this uh, this time I have I do it 3 times a day. I cannot gamble. Early in the morning, after the exercise, I still have at least 5 minutes of it, and then midday I still get it, and before sleeping also. Um, but I would suggest at least once or twice a day. No, but also when you experience some kind of difficult, any sign from the body that is not normal anymore, and to your own experience, either you drink water at once, hot water better, and or if you have time, nebulize. Okay, so there is a, yeah, you see this cup. That's the. Oh, sorry, I'm already out of the ano. Let me see if I can share this one. Okay, okay. Nasandali na. Uh, I will show the thing again, ha? Kasi maybe present, up, uh, this one. Okay. You see this? Can you see the picture?
Yes,
Hello?
Father.
Okay. That's the cup of the nebulizing machine, no? You just remove the cover on top, and that's where you put the 5 ml. Isang kutsarita, no? To actually it's more than enough, but I think that is the best way to uh, rather than be exact with the what is this with the ml. About 1 teaspoon you put in that cup, and then yung kanina uh, yeah, this is the when he was putting the 3 drops. So when you put 3 drops, it's okay. When you, if you think if you are during the nebulizing session, you sneeze, that means it's a little strong for you. You can reduce to 2 drops, or add little water, no, and then continue nebulizing. Okay. Any question at this moment here? If anybody can. Okay.
Father, do we have to consume all of the
No
what
need.
is
No need to consume all. I said that you nebulize a session may last from 7 to 10 minutes. Because actually after 1 minute, practically all the blood in your system has passed through the lungs. So that 7 minutes is to be sure that at least 3 circulations has, I mean, the blood has gone through your lungs at least 3-4 times to be sure that you have really loaded your blood vessels with with the with the shield.
Father,
Yes, please.
follow-up question po. Kapag po may acid reflux ka, advisable ba rin po mag-nebulize?
I suggest you drink it because the acid is in your stomach. No, the acid of acidity is in the stomach, esophagus, and the stomach.
Opo.
No, so drinking would be better.
Okay.
But no problem with the nebulizing the lungs because it will also clear the blood vessels. But for acidity, for a GERD, I suggest you drink it.
Okay. Thank you po, Father.
Yeah. Any more question on this
Good
nebulizing?
afternoon po, Father.
Yes.
Good afternoon po, Father.
Good afternoon.
Pag nag-nebulize po, sabi nyo 10 minutes, kung meron pa pong natitirang tubig sa nebulizer, yung naglagay ka na
you
po
can-
ng 1
you can use
teaspoon, may matitira pa po siya, 10 minutes na
Yeah.
po, ihihinto na po, o kailangan
Yeah.
ubusin?
No need to consume it. Just cover it.
Kailangan pong ubusin.
No need. Hindi kailangan. Hindi kailangan ubusin. Pwede mo gamitin sa sunod pa. Nako,
Basta 10 minutes na po.
yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah.
Opo.
Pwede mo pa siya gamitin kasi covered naman siya, hindi siya susceptible to accumulate dust. Covered yung cup na yan eh. So you can still use it on the next session.
Salamat po.
Okay. Any more question on the nebulizing?
Father?
Yes.
Is it normal pagka nagra-running nose pagka during nebulization?
Okay, kasi when you inhale, well, you inhale alternately, maybe through the mouth, so you can give to the throat, or alternately also through the nose. If you know, since it is you are inhaling mist, you will accumulate really drops on the nose. Usually I put on my side already a clean handkerchief or Kleenex, and after nebulizing, I blow the nose there to to clean the nose. Actually, the other advantage of that nebulizing is it's also cleaning your sinuses. So just blow gently the nose after nebulizing, no? It will remove the mist and the sinuses. Did I answer your question?
Yes, Father.
Okay. Any more question on nebulizing? Yeah. I prefer mask like this kasi you maximize, no? You trap all the mist and inhale it. Yung may tanong mabuti na kung sa diffuser, sa mga diffuser, kung pwede gamitin, pwede rin siya, pero maraming nasasayang. No? Instead, the mist here, you inhale it at once. Kung sa nebulizer, you are disinfecting the room. Okay. But very few your lungs. Pwede rin siya sa nebulizer, pero to make the most of the alkaline molecules, I suggest na may mask na ganito. No? And inhale through the mouth one time or inhale through the nose another time. No? No. So through the nose, it will also help clear, I said, the sinuses. That's why after nag-gather siya ng drops or the nose or just blow it gently to clean the sinuses.
Father,
More? Yes.
follow-up question po doon sa chat box, Father.
Okay, go ahead.
What if other members of the family would like to nebulize too? Do they have to buy a nebulizing mask or tube for each
Yes,
family
must-
member?
Unless you wash it, you clean it with alcohol or something like that. But maybe a kit for each individual, yes. Just one machine, but nebulizing the mask, maybe I suggest individual what this is. Unless you disinfect it first. But mas mura-mura ang mask. The machine is a little more expensive, maybe from 1,000 to 3, I think. No, it depends where you buy it. But the mask, I think, is not very expensive. So I suggest na each one has its own mask, nebulizing kit, they call it. Okay?
Okay, Father. Father, an additional question
Father,
from Jun Mariano.
Yes.
What is the effect of excess drinking water? Effect of excess drinking water intake, Father?
Well, I don't know what you mean by excess. Kaya nga, I put, how do you call this? I put to calculate against your weight. But usually, I don't think that there is a very big risk of, how do you call this? Of too much drinking. Kasi in fact, I am thinking examine really your your situation. If you are under very high stress, you add at least half a liter to 1 liter to compensate. But I don't think, well, I don't think that's why I do not suggest more than what your body weight demands plus half or 1 more liter if your profession is very stressful, or you know yourself how much stress you have undergone during the day, and when you are experiencing fatigue, I suggest really compensate with water. I don't think you will drink too much water. And to avoid that risk, I suggest even sip your water, not drink it glass by glass. Sip means isa, dalawa, tatlong lagok, and then put the glass aside. I hope that answered the question. Mayroon pa sa chat box.
Puro
question,
comment.
Father. Good
Yes, please.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
May testimony po ba tungkol sa may kidney problem, kidney dialysis na essence? Just asking na po.
Nagda-dialysis.
Opo.
Can he use essence? Is that the question?
If may testimony na po na na-cure, na naka-help yung essence sa
Okay.
nag-dialysis po.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. Yes. The problem of dialysis is the acid. They have really to remove the acid kasi hindi na maka-filter yung yung kidney. But the presence of the alkaline in the blood vessels or in the kidney itself will neutralize the acid that is there. That's no. Kahit hindi niya mapailabas, mabawasan niyang acidity ng nandoon sa loob. Yeah. And that helps. I think that is how to explain what you are talking about. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much po, Father. So, meaning, Father, i-drink din ng
Yes, drink.
ano.
Yeah.
Sige, sige. Thank
Drink.
you so much.
Drink. The
Okay po,
nebulizing.
Father.
Okay. The nebulizing will disinfect really the blood vessels. And then, of course, that will be excreted in the kidneys.
So,
Okay.
meaning, Father, okay po yung magne-nebulize siya at saka magdi-drink din siya.
Yes,
Both
I
po.
suggest that. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, Father.
Because
Thank you so much.
the drinking will provide water to the other parts of the body, not only the no. Yeah, both can be done.
Father, good evening. Question po.
Yes, please.
Opo. Father, pagka ito naman related dun sa pinakuluang tubig para maging alkaline.
Yeah.
Pag nakuluan na siya after 10 minutes na kumulo na, how long can that water become alkaline? Alkaline, ganun.
I think it can last a day. I have not checked the pH on the following day, but usually for the whole day, because I don't think you will be boiling for a week. No, usually you would be boiling for a day only, and for the day is okay.
Opo.
Or if you like, also so that you have always ready hot water, something like that, you put it in a thermos.
Ay, opo. Tama.
No, so you maintain the heat for a good part of the day. Yeah.
Opo. Father, follow-up question. Yung pong NSS, 50 pesos lang sa mercury drug or ano. Pero if you can create your own NSS sa bahay, parang poor man's NSS, ika nga, meron ba tayong formula nun?
I have not done it. I have not done it. But saline solution yan eh.
Ay, opo.
So you should have a good...
Ayan, kaya mo kailangan lang. Pwede kang magsalita.
I have not done it, but if you plan to do it, something like that, should be sea salt,
Sea salt.
not table salt. As in dagat, rock salt. No.
Rock salt.
I have not done any ratio. I have not done any proportion yet.
Apa. Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Okay.
Yan lang po. Bye-bye.
But the NSS, use of the NSS is okay.
Apa. Thank you, Father.
You're welcome. Okay.
Further question po ulit, Father.
Yes.
Naka-encounter na po ba kayo ng bronchiectasis na case?
I have to check the other computer. But anyway, that's a long problem.
Opo. Respect.
Yeah, I would. There is no harm about what is this about nebulizing for that purpose. I think that's a kind of infection on the lungs.
Opo, pero sabi po kasi ng Dr. Father, hindi na daw siya magagamot. Parang ganun.
Don't give up. Don't give up. You know, oxygen, the moment you put oxygen into the body, the cells respond. Oxygen is the nourishment of the cells, and it will do good, no harm. So when you are, that's why ang ano ko kanina yung, sa umpisa nitong seminar, supply oxygen better, or the shield. You wear the shield before you get attacked, not put on shield when you're under attack. Even before, no, you get what I mean?
Opo, Father.
Yeah.
Father, paano po kung halimbawang meron kang bronchiectasis tapos meron ka pang acid reflux? Paano po yung
Acid reflux, inom yun. Walang problema.
Kaso, if you're also suffering from bronchiectasis po, paano po?
Yung nebulizing, I might help sa lungs, sa bronchitis. But usually, drinking water will do a lot of good. I don't think we'll ever drink too much. Especially these days, mainit yung panahon, grabe yung stress.
Okay, thank you po, Father.
Yeah, I don't think we'll drink too much.
Salamat po.
Okay. Any more about nebulizing?
Father, may question po sa chat box, Father.
Okay, please read it.
How much of baking soda can we mix with the water to make it alkalinized?
Yeah, in the previous seminar, I gave 1 teaspoon to a liter. Teaspoonful, huh? To a liter will give you pH 8 already. 1 teaspoon to 1 liter will give you pH 8.
Father, pwede po bang i-premix yun? Kunyari sa dispenser, yung isang malaking bote, mag-aano na lang po ng baking soda.
Yeah,
Pwede na po ba yun?
pwede rin, but to consume it for the day or two maybe, but longer than that, I have not checked. But definitely for a day or two, that pH 8, by the following day maybe it will lower. But for the day, I think it can keep the pH 8.
Father,
Yes.
another question po. Yung po kasing anak ko may myoma. Pwede po ba yung yung essence sa
Yes.
myoma?
Yes. I really have I don't know how it works, but we have cases of myoma being reduced. No, we had a case na she was spotting almost 4 times a day to just 1
Minsan
a day.
ina-automatic nilang i-ganun.
And then when she decided for operation, she regretted having done the operation kasi maliit na lang. Lumiit na yung mayuma niya. But we had a case
Paano
na,
po ang inom ng
yeah, just drinking.
Paano po ang inom ng tubig nun? Ganon din po.
The same.
Before and after ng meals. Ganon
Yes,
po.
the same routine. Yung the 30 minutes before and then the 2 hours after.
Okay.
And then you can put in any drink afterwards also if you like.
Thank you po.
You are welcome.
Father, question po.
Yes, please.
Sige po, mauna na po kayo.
Father,
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening po. Ano
Good
po,
evening.
matagal na ho akong umiinom ng essence, tsaka
Okay.
may may high blood, tsaka diabetes.
Yes.
Father, ang problema ko ngayon, pinipilit ho ako ng mga ng pamilya ko, mga anak ko, kapitbahay na kasi 70 years old na ho ako, pinapabaksin nila ako. Dito ho sa
Ayan.
labas, dito ho sa barangay namin sa labas, lagi hong may ng vaccine. Natatakot po ako, Dok. Kasi naman ho, nag-ano naman ko ng essence, ang tagal na po.
Yeah.
Ano pong gagawin ko, Dok? Ay, Father.
I had my vaccine already. So, ang vaccine naman is immunization. No? And yeah. But I do not, maybe a doctor will be more qualified to tell you about that. But ako, I had already my first shot. Just April 1.
Can I talk po?
Yes.
Hello? Yes, actually po, ako po, meron na po akong maintenance sa mga 6 to 7 years ago pa po. Kaya lang po, and I am also taking essence for ganun din, mga 7 years na.
Yes.
Nebulizing, drinking, at lahat.
Anong
Ngayon
maintenance?
Ang maintenance ko po, losartan, amlopidine. Yun lang
Okay.
po generic. Napakamura lang po noon, 3 piso lang, ma'am.
Okay.
Father.
Okay.
Okay, actually, kahapon po, second dose ko na ng vaccine.
Okay.
I am a dentist po, so I'm a friend
Okay.
of Joanne. And ang sa amin po, as long as yung BP mo is controlled, meron essence, meron nung maintenance mo, yung effect po ng effect ng vaccine hindi ganun ka-strong. Kaya po pinasabi ko kay Joanne noon na before, 2 days before na magva-vaccine ako, I really took 3 patak every time I will drink.
Yeah.
Yung effect po nung first dose ko, syempre andun po yung medyo na high blood pa rin, pero it is not as bad. Wala po ako ng pain, wala ako ng headache, wala. Tumaas lang konti yung BP ko. Kasi syempre worried tayo lahat doon eh.
Yeah.
Worried tayo. So tumaas ng konti, tinulog ko. I just slept kasi nakakaantok yung vaccine, di ba, Father? Nakakaantok talaga. Nung
Yeah.
pagkatulog ko, naglagay lang ako ng ice sa batok ko and all. And took another maintenance, okay na po. And then, yun yung sa first shot. Kanina po, wala po ako naramdaman. Yun lang pain dun sa injection site, sa second dose
Okay.
ko. So, just as long
Yeah.
as you take the essence every time, and then
Yeah.
your maintenance, okay po lahat yun. Wala po problema.
Oxygen yun, yes.
Yes
That's what
po.
that's what I mean by you shield yourself
Yes.
before your attack.
Yes
you,
po.
you hydrate, you put that oxygen into the body before it is before another thing comes in.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you
Okay
very
po.
much.
Alright po.
Thank you po, Father.
Thank you for that. Okay. Any more?
Father? Yes,
Yes,
Father.
please.
May I ask regarding 2 different scenarios po?
Yes.
If you have any recommendations regarding sleep apnea, and the second one is for those that are using a CPAP machine.
For asthma?
The CPAP, I think, has something to do with the breathing during sleeping. It was supposed to assist the proper breathing during sleep.
Yeah, it's if it is prescribed by the doctor, I don't like to what this is. Anyway, about sleeping, to induce sleep, there are there are some techniques. Slow, deep breathing. Once you are lying down, it's very slow, deep breathing will lull you to sleep. So inhale and release it very slowly, very slowly. Inhale and then very slowly, even just something like watching your breathe, no, will help. Another, this is from Batman Guild. Another help is just before sleeping, you take a glass of water and then you put a pinch of salt on your tongue and go to sleep. Sodium, yung asin dagat, ha? Yung rock salt, put in your tongue, no? And then you just go to sleep. It will induce sleep. I do it almost every night. Yeah.
Thank you very
So
much.
a glass of water and then a pinch of salt. Pinch of salt means about three three grains, of rock salts. 3 to 5 grains of rock salts. Okay. Yeah.
All right, but with regards to the
The
use of essence for this situation, there's really no need anymore.
you can put the 3 drops, the alkaline, no, before sleeping.
Yes.
I suggest you put that.
Okay.
You put 3 drops. Also, then the salt. But I don't know. Yeah, I do it every day, every night. It
All right.
helps.
All right, Father. Thank you.
Okay.
Father,
Yes, please.
yung sa nebulize po, Father, pagka long time use ng pag-nebulize, Father, wala naman side effects yun, and then um, for maintenance purposes, wala, okay lang din po yun, Father.
No, I don't think there is a risk, especially here in Metro Manila where pollution is very high. No, at least nabawasan siya ngayon. Pero Metro Manila, na dati pag tinignan mo sa Antipolo, ang nakalukob sa atin yung maitim na cloud. That's the pollution over our head. And even before pandemic, I was nebulizing at least 3-4 times a week to clear the lungs from the infection of the usok. The pollution, the air pollution was terrible before. Is that answering the question?
Yes, Father.
So there is no harm to continue, no? Or right now I am doing it at least 3 times a day. Because stress really is very, very high these days. Stress very high. Okay. Any more? Okay, I'll get out of this.
Father?
Yes.
How about humidifiers, Father? Yung machine na
Yeah.
actually, di ako familiar dun, Father, pero may questions before na yun. What is the dosage on dun sa water?
Depends how big is the cup of the nebula of the how big, how many ml is the content of the what is this of the
Humidifier, Father.
humidifier. Usually yung iniinom mo is more than yung 3 to 5 drops per 200 ml. So I don't think na mas malaki pa siya sa 200 ml. Yung mga humidifier, maliit lang yan siguro, wala pa 200 ml. Baka 1 cup lang yan. So even 5 drops will be alright.
Pero basically, Father, same process lang din naman sa nebulization, Father, di ba?
Yeah. The only thing is that maraming nasa air na hindi mo you don't inhale. No, you kind of disinfect the environment, but how much of it goes to the lungs, I don't know. Iba yung nakamask eh. All right.
Thank you, Father.
Yes. May sa chat box pa question, wala na. D-boy.
Father, meron po kay Baguio Carmel.
Yes.
Parang all the available vaccines are still in the stage 3 clinical testing. All are experimental with still unknown adverse effects.
Yes.
They are only available with the experimental use authorization. It takes 5 to 10 years to complete the clinical trials needed to establish the index of safety and
Yes.
efficacy. Only
Yeah.
then can FDA issue to the vaccine manufacturers the most sought after certificate of product registration. Only by then are the public assured of their safety and efficiency. Parang comment lang, Father.
Yeah.
Yan.
Okay. Yeah, suggestion. Okay, very good. That's why ang ano ko kanina is what attitude do we have to have in this time? Is defense, defensive driving, because there are lots of uncertainties. But that's why I said protect the oxygen in the body, defend the oxygen in the body, increase the supply of oxygen in the body. That is the proactive suggestion how to face this current situation. Okay? All right. We are long overdue. Unless there are more questions, I would like to thank you for being around. No? Basta ang when you run out of essence or run out of any resources, boiled water is a very safe source of oxygen or alkaline. No? So, mas mabuti may lagi nakahanda sa bahay ng ganyan. No? If we cannot supply ourselves with medicine or whatever, okay, we can always get boiled water.
Excuse me, Father.
Yes, please.
Good evening po.
Good evening.
Father, tungkol sa electromagnetic field,
Yes.
sabi nyo, like poles,
Repel.
like poles repel, and like poles attract. Corona is positive, and then when we start taking the enzyme,
It's
sabi nga ni
negative.
sabi nga ni Father Ramil, it thins out and everything. Pero after a while, saan na pupunta si Corona? It's a plus electrical charge. Saan po siya mapupunta? Yun lang po, Father.
Usually, neutralize mo siya. You
So-
can disable it. The moment you destroy its property, you have, no, that's why we call it disinfect. You urinate it, you excrete it from your body. The way you handle free radicals in the body.
Bali,
Yeah,
Father, it's really, sabihin natin, although you want to say it as an experience, it's really helpful against COVID, Father.
Well, theoretically, it should, no? I mean, that's why I put my talk, and then kanina nakita ng theory, no, like electron theory or anything. Because may support na rin siya from the past and to the present. There are indications na it is working. So I put a theory that I'm using the electron theory, the electricity theory. And that is nature, that's valid.
Thank you, Father. Very nice to hear, Father. Salamat po.
Okay.
Father, isa na lang po. Singaw, nagkasingaw, Father, tsaka napaso. So, it's also alkaline. Pwede rin po ba yun, Father?
Yung ano, napaso?
Sa pag-inom ng hot water, medyo hindi na estimate na mainit pala.
Hindi.
Singaw, Father. Yes.
Yung singaw, yeah, mumug mo yung alkaline, pwede.
Okay.
A little more dose than the usual. Pwede mo mumug. Kung malunok mo, walang danger.
Okay, Father. Either ano ba yun? Bactidol or alkaline. Salamat, Father. Good evening.
Yes, okay. Any more questions? Okay. So I hope that the most important thing in this talk is defense. Defend the oxygen. And the more you supply the body with oxygen, the safer or the more chance you have to fight. No? And we are trying to find something to protect ourselves, and that is the defense I'm talking about. For now, it is the high pH or the alkaline solution, no? Whether it is the essence or the food or other resources with the high pH, no? And the most basic of them all is the boiled water. So I hope that will make us a little more serene in facing the situation na hindi natin masasabi na wala tayong makukuha o anong tulong man. No? Nature provides, and very nice. It's a survival technique. Cold water. Okay. So I hope that we have entertained your questions. And if you have a question, you can follow up by text. Last time I gave my number. Oh, I did not post my number today. If you are interested in the number, I will give it now. 0922 845 2892 0922 845